Kentucky's climate summary from NOAA shows that Kentucky's average temperature is warmer than it used to be. Now, this is since 1900. So temperatures in Kentucky have risen by 0.6 degrees Fahrenheit since the beginning of the 20th century. Kentucky's temperature hasn't risen as much as the U.S. average increase of 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, now I want to go back to Tawana. Tawana, 0.6 degrees. That doesn't sound like a lot. Is that significant?
It really doesn't sound like a lot, but when you factor in that when you have warmer temperatures, the atmosphere can hold more moisture. It has the potential to really help to develop stronger storms. Yeah, that can be pretty significant across the area. And then you also have to remember the city of Louisville itself as well. If you look at the urban heat island effect, the drastic difference that you can see between downtown Louisville and other places, then you can end up with more of an impact within a major city compared to other locations. And then also with that warmer weather, you have more of that moisture, wetter conditions. We're developing areas even more pavement, more asphalt, the potential for more flooding. We were talking about that earlier. Urban flooding can be incredibly dangerous. And once again, we're getting back to that turnaround, don't drown. So once again, preparation, being weather aware is certainly going to be key as we're heading forward and going into a pretty wet and potentially stormy season.
Yeah. Okay, Shane, 0.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That doesn't sound like a lot. What else is that going to affect? Tawana was just talking about flooding. What else might we have impacts?
Well, that affects storm seasons too, and the shifting of them. We've talked about Tornado Alley. A lot of us have heard of that. Dixie Alley, like during the winter season, and then in the plains, their Tornado Alley would include Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. We often think of the intense tornadoes happening during the spring to early summer months. There's been a slight northeastward shift in traditional Tornado Alley over the last decade or so. Some of that contributed to the warming that we've seen during that time. We just came out of a very warm winter for Kentucky as a whole. For both Louisville and Lexington, February was a top 5 warm February. For Paducah, it was the warmest February all time. When you warm things up, as Tawana just mentioned, you increase the lower atmosphere's capacity to hold more moisture or water vapor, thereby increasing the chances for heavy precipitation and then stormier conditions, especially when cold fronts sweep in from the north and west.
So we contribute that to having slightly warmer temperatures?
Yes, especially nighttime temperatures. The nighttime temperatures being warmth. When your low temperature is 56 degrees when it should be 20 to 30 degrees for climatology, it's a big problem. So you have these storms that form out in Graves County and further west out in Missouri, and then they start going east and it's nighttime. And there's a lot of fuel, right? You got temperatures and moisture. We look at dew point. There's a lot more moisture in the atmosphere. And I just can't tell you the number of tornadoes I have after 10 o'clock at night. I would guess for the entire year, the tornado count is probably at least 15 to 20% between those cool months that he talked about. And we get 1 or 2 of these darn QLCSs, quasi-linear convective systems, squall lines, these lines of storms that come through, and they produce a lot of wind. But on the leading edge of that, they spin up these little tornadoes on there, and they can hit your house. I worry most about tornadoes at night more than anything.
Because?
Because people go to bed, right? What do you want to do at night? You're tired. You want to go to bed. Back to Bowling Green, I could not tell you the number of people that says, oh, I just went to a Christmas party. I've had enough to drink tonight. I'm going to bed. These weather people are full of baloney. You know, and what am I supposed to do? Wait all night long for these storms? I'm like, yes, be prepared. Have a plan. What are you going to do if you're going from that party? What are you going to do at church? What are you going to do driving from the soccer practice? Have a plan stand.
You can learn more about the plan stand when you watch Severe Weather, Staying Safe, right here on KET.